Hey, it's Laura. I am a coach, not a basketball coach, not a softball coach, but a life coach. And I absolutely love it. I can't say I'm a coach and not start cheesing. It's pretty cool. Um, you know, People do ask me about why I became a coach and what led me from my former career of law enforcement into coaching. And I gotta tell you, I didn't plan for it to be like this. This was not like a career progression thing for me. It's just sort of what made sense for me when I came across coaching as a profession. I didn't know that it was a thing to be a life coach, and also it seemed a little out of turn for anybody to say, hey, I'm going to coach you in your life, because it made me think, okay, well, how do you have your life all figured out, and why should I follow you type thing. So I'm kind of addressing that here because I want to kind of talk to my past self on this one and say that yes, nobody has it all figured out in life, and that's not what life coaching is about. It's not a molding process, or you're not like a baker teaching someone how to bake a cake. That's not what life coaching is. Life coaching that I do is a framework that takes somebody from a particular place in their life and determines how we're going to improve it from there. That's so broad in general, but honestly, life is so expansive that it's really impossible for me to narrow it down and focus it and tailor it specifically for you and your circumstances without knowing what it is you're going through. Because life coaching is awesome for people who have gotten on the other side of grief and they're ready to start rebuilding again. They're like, it's time to get back in the game. Let's do this. But it's also great for people who already have a lot of momentum and want to go to that next level of professionalism. They want to win some type of award or achievement, make a certain contribution. They have their eyes on the prize and they specifically know what they want, and they want to get dialed in and focused on that thing, but they don't want to do it the way they've been doing it in the past. Meaning they don't want their health to go down the drain. They don't want to have to sacrifice all their sleep and their good practices of taking care of themselves. They don't want to have to say, well, I got to scrap all those, I don't know, health routines, if you will, to make time for this other project. I mean, it even applies for parents that decide, hey, this is a new stage in my life. I'm not quite sure how to go about it, but I want to be the best parent I can while also making sure I'm making progress in my job, while also making sure I'm staying healthy. So a life coach is not saying, here's my life, now emulate it. But the benefit of your particular coach is what they offer you. And that's where I kind of want to get into what I offer as a coach, because I notice people are saying the same things to me over and over again, and that's, wow, you have a lot of drive that other people don't have, and what allows you to have that? And it's interesting to me because it all comes down to me understanding myself, which I've done through personal development and being coached myself, to understand what my beliefs are, how I think, how my thinking leads to me to take action, how my thinking inspires me to take action when I don't feel like doing something. And I have no desire to be perfect. I really don't. I'm your person who will work out and then go eat ice cream. Okay? Like, I have no desire to be this elite human being, but I do have an internal drive to put forth my best effort. See, I think of life as though it is the Olympics, as if it's one great Olympic ceremony, and this is my chance to put in my best effort, and I should always be going for that. And to say why, it's kind of hard, but I know that that's what I'm aiming to do. So I remember in school, I stood out as the girl who wanted to play basketball with the guys on the playground, or play soccer with the guys on the playground, while the girls went over to the swings or did hopscotch or whatever it was. And for me, I just wanted to have fun, and I wanted to put every ounce of effort I had into it without worrying about what that would mean if I was kicking the guy's butt, right? That wasn't a thing for me. When we went to go run the mile, I was the one that said, I'm going to sprint and go all out and not be able to breathe at the end because I want to see how fast I can run this. Was there a reason for it? Not really, right? But I've carried that same mentality into my life now, that when I go to do something, I just want to get better at it. I just want to be able to put my best foot forward in everything that I do. Does that make sense? Anyway, I know I have a lot to offer as a coach because I know that it's not always just a matter of saying you want to do something and following through and getting it done. There's a lot of mental thought that goes in that says, I don't want to. I'd rather do that instead. Or maybe this just won't work out for me and I should go a different route. I think the best thing I've ever done was quit. Because the taste of quitting is like the bitter, sour, disgusting taste of just vomit to me compared to the taste of victory. I'm sorry to take you there, but that's what it is to me. I can't stand quitting. I can't stand pulling out and saying, this is too hard for me. In fact, I have it written on a napkin. Not even something official. It's literally written on a napkin beside my desk, and it says, wait, are you not going to do this because it's too hard? Or because you think you can't? And it incites just that perfect cue for me to realize that, number one, what are you doing? Life is fun. When you treat life like it's fun, you're able to open up and explore a lot more versus when you think that it's an incoming pressure that's coming to just like go kaboom on you from within. I don't know. I've just found that I operate very well from a place of, let's see what I can do. Let's see what's possible. And also getting behind this notion that I can't do something. I just can't buy into that. If I can't do anything, I can't buy into that. Because who says that girls can't do what the guys can? Who says a female can't be on the SWAT team? Who says I can't record a video while also being swarmed by a wasp? I like to challenge the norm, not to be a thorn, not to be a pain in anybody's butt, but just to see what's possible, to see what's humanly possible, to find out what my limits are. And quite frankly, I haven't found my limits, and I don't think I ever will. That's not to say I haven't changed direction, changed course, decided something was no longer for me anymore. But when it comes to something hard, I'm gonna try. I mean, I decided to run a marathon in the afternoon and went and did it. Like, who does that? I did. Why? Just to see if I could do it. I mean, some people call that drive. I call it curiosity. And this curiosity is what leads me to want to perform at my absolute top-notch level. It's not for having the recognition of being the best, of having my name written down and recorded in history. It's not for all the money in the world. It's not for the biggest house. It's not for the fanciest car. It's because I want to. Because I'm curious to see what I can do. So I'm curious if you have thought about what drives you, what motivates you, and if you've ever found your limits with that thing. Because if you found your limits with what you think motivates you, chances are there's something deeper within you that can drive you even further. And I just want to know if you're willing to explore that, because I'm curious to know what that is for you. I want to see your potential unfold. I want to see what my potential is to unfold. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I would be robbing others of the possibility of seeing what's humanly possible. Seemed a little redundant. You get what I'm saying? If I decided to just take it easy for the rest of my life, then I'd be shortchanging everyone else. Like I wouldn't be contributing to humanity. My job here is to show what's humanly possible. And I have my skill sets. I have my interests. So no, I'm not going to try and become like, I don't know, the world's best fencer to show what's possible. I have my realm. I have my lane. But within that lane, I want to explore. I want to see how far these train tracks go. Do you have that curiosity? Do you want to know what your full potential looks like? Not just some like, oh, you should reach your full potential so you get the sticker on your paper that says, good job, champ, pat on the back, high five. No, like curiosity, like what are you capable of doing? If you put in your best effort, what could you do? And then who could you inspire by that? I don't even have kids. I don't even have a significant other at this stage in my life. I just want to do it just so along the way I can meet people and share my journey, and other people can be like, wow, that's really cool. I didn't think that was possible. Like, it's so over mentioned, but the person who broke the 5-minute mile, was it 5 minutes? Yeah, I think it's a 5-minute mile when it was impossible. And then one dude does it. And then everyone, not everyone, a lot of people go and do it. And now we all get to sit back and be like, wow, that's incredible that we could do that. It's the idea of going to the moon to see what's possible, or even outer space to see what's possible. Life is about exploration, in my opinion. And I want to adventure. I want to see what the best looks like. So I don't get down on myself about things I'm not doing well. I don't get down on myself about performances that are horrible or bad, not great, because I say, okay, let me look at this from the standpoint of my potential. Do I have room to grow? Can I put more effort into this? Can I get a little bit more dialed in? And can I have more precision the next time I come out, the next time I try? It's just like stepping up to plate in baseball. It's just like taking a PK in soccer. It's just like, literally from my police days, dialing in your scope so that you can have a better grouping. I just can't settle for an okay performance. I can't settle for just showing up in life. And if you're somebody that can't settle for that either, you're somebody that says, I'm curious to know what I can do. I think I have more in me, and I don't think what I'm doing right now is really going to open me up enough to see more. Like, I'm already great. If you're already great and you're staying there, you know what? Come on, man. Come on. What are you doing? Don't just stay there in already great and accept you're at the top of your field, or you're at the top of the team. You got the best stats. You got the most sales. Whatever it is. You got the best shot. Come on now. Come on. Where's your next level? Where is it at? You know it's in you. If you got to where you are now, there's more for you. There's never an ending. And I know there's not, because you're still here, right? You're still alive, and there's still more records to be breaking. Maybe it's because the Olympics are coming up that I'm so hyped up about the Olympics and it's on my mind. But that's what I'm talking about. I love watching people do things that were either previously impossible to mankind or previously impossible to themselves, to perform at their highest, because I know what it took to get there, and it's incredibly impressive. And that's the kind of life that I desire to live. That's the kind of life that I am continuing to live. And that's the kind of life that I would love to see you live as well. So if I'm speaking your language right now, fill out an application to work with me. Let me be your coach. Let's work together to unlock and to see your full potential. Open up and expand and get into it. Let's get after it. Fill out that application on my website, lauraghanson.com. Let's go. Let's do it. Come on.